welcome, wrestling world, to the very first ever Clouded Thoughts of Wrestling with me, the one and only, not Ricochet. It's your boy, Sway Jose. On the very first episode, man, I want to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, the G1 Climax 29. That's what I'm going to go over the first 2 nights only. I'm going to try to make it like a 4-part series and have my matches, my picks lead up until the very first night, which is July 6th. So we're just going to go over the first 2 nights. I'm going to let you guys know, if you haven't heard already, the Block A and Block B, the 10 competitors who will be in each, and give you a little rundown of how the tournament works. First, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, man. I'm a diehard wrestling fan. I've been watching this thing for about 20 years. Really started watching when I was 6. Man, I'm 31 now, so I've been watching wrestling a lot, man, and I really just want to express, my fandom and share it with you guys. I just want to get it out here to the world, man. I feel like I got a lot, of ideas sometimes, or just some thoughts that I just want to talk about. And I also want to put spotlight on certain, wrestlers or certain promotions that certain people don't know about. Because I talk to people, at my job, or like certain people online that I'm friends with who are wrestling fans, but some people don't really know about New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like, I had to put my girlfriend on it. My cousin really didn't know about it until I had got into it and I showed him about it. So this is also a way for me to put a little spotlight on them. I'm also be covering some AEW, NXT, because I've been really following all of those. I've been following Being the Elite and all that, and I really appreciate their work and what they do. So I'm really geared towards them. We're gonna talk some WWE as well. Because it's still part of wrestling, no matter how shitty it's been. So, but that's my thing, and just expressing my fandom, man. I'm just, whatever's on my mind, man, I'm gonna just let it out. And right now on my mind is the G1. I'm excited about it. The card's usually stacked every year, but for a big reason this year, a lot of people are talking about it. It's a lot of buzz behind it because Hideo Itami, who used to be in NXT, he's now entering the G1. He's with New Japan. Of course, we all know about John Moxley. If you don't know, that's also Dean Ambrose. If you know anything about WWE, he was with Shield. He's now, he signed AEW, but until their Fox deal comes in, he's working with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So he is also in the G1. Also, there's big names, Tanahashi's in it. He was the winner of it last year. He'll be in it again this year, I believe. Yeah, let me double check that, guys. Let me check my Schwarm pilot, because I was just looking at this and I definitely watched it last year. Yes, I'm correct. I am not knowing my stuff. It's definitely Tanahashi, man. He was the winner last year. He's also in this one this year. So it's stacked this year, man. It's really stacked, and it's going to be good. So, like I said, this is going to be like a series that I do, leading up to July 6th, leading up to when it kicks off. And it kicks off here in the States, in Dallas, Texas, at the American Airlines Center. So that's definitely excited, and the card for that is stacked, man. It's a really good card. If you've never watched the G1, or you don't know, about the G1, it's a tournament. You have 10 guys in Block A, and you have 10 guys in Block B. And those competitors square off, and it's not a elimination. It's not a single elimination tournament. It's a point-driven tournament. So almost kind of like hockey, like a team, if you win, you get points. I believe hockey, it's 2 points if you win, huh? And then if you lose, you get no points, of course, and then if you end in a tie, you get a point. And after the round robin, the competitors with the most points then square off in the finals for a chance to take on the champion, who right now is Kazuchika Okada, for the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Okada, who's also in the tournament, if he wins, then he gets to choose who he wants to face in the tournament. So it's pretty interesting, man. And like I said, man, the Climax usually puts on some of the best matches of the year. They really do. They really put on some classics. They had some classics last year, and they really do a good job at putting on, like I said, they put on some really good matches in the first 2 nights, especially the one in Dallas. If you're around the area and you just want to make it, man, it'll be worth your money going, man. It's one hell of a show. If I could go, I definitely would make it down there to see that. definitely some huge names. Now Moxley will not be wrestling at that show. I know a lot of people probably think, well, of course Moxley will be there, but because of his contract with AEW, he's not allowed to wrestle in the States for New Japan, which makes sense. I mean, if you're signed to AEW is a North American wrestling company, so of course they want to keep. If you're going to wrestle in America, you're going to have to wrestle for them, which makes sense. So he won't be there, but he is going to be in the tournament. He is going to be at night 2, which is July 13th. So I just want to, now that you guys know what the tournament, know how it works, I just want to let's get to who's in it. Let's talk about who's in it, man. Let's talk about Block A. We got Kazuchika Okada, the champ. We got Kota Ibushi, who I really have high hopes of maybe possibly winning it this year. Maybe my pick to win it. Will Ospreay, who, man, has just been phenomenal lately. His match with Shingo Takagi was absolutely tremendous. Both of those guys shine, and then his match with Dragon Lee at Dominion was crazy. Even Ibushi, man, his match with Naito. Every time those guys go at, they just sometimes it's hard to watch when them two wrestle. That's how hard they go. That's why I'm telling you guys to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, because you'll sit there and you'll see the moves they do and how they land, and you'll sit there like, I can't believe that these guys are really going this hard in the ring, and it pulls you in. It really does, man, and it's awesome. And Will Ospreay, man, I feel like he's, at this point in time, I could probably say he's probably the best wrestler right now, like the hottest. Like he's been killing it. Like he's been just killing it, like really killing it, man. The guy's insane. If anybody ever, like, if you've never watched wrestling and you're like, oh man, you watch wrestling, you're really into wrestling, I'd show you a Will Ospreay highlight tape. And if you don't look at wrestling a different way after watching a Will Ospreay highlight tape or a Will Ospreay match, then I don't just know what's wrong with your mind. But then we got Evil, Sonata, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kenta, a.k.a. Hideo Itami, Lance Archer, Bad Luck Fale, and Zack Sabre Jr. So those are all the guys that are going to compete in Night 1, which is in Dallas, Texas, July 6th, American Airlines Center. I'll say that again. So, the matches, we got Kazuchika Okada taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. So we got last year's winner taking on the champ. We got Kota Ibushi versus Kenta, Will Ospreay against Lance Archer, Evil versus Bad Luck Fale, and Sonata versus Zack Sabre Jr. So those are all the matches, man, that will kick off. I'm going to get to my picks. I'm going with Okada over Tana. Yeah, I'm going with Okada over Tana. I just think like Okada's kind of hot right now, and I feel like he'll get that big win. And it's still like Tana's arm. Like, I've been hearing that he does look a little better, and he's looked a little better on some of his matches on the tour that they're doing right now. But I still don't know how it's going to be able to hold up, and that's going to be a big match with Okada, man. But I think he's the champ, and I think for definitely his first match going into the tournament, I just think I'm going to go with Okada. Kota Ibushi versus Kenta. Now, this is a tough one for me because I don't know if they will go the route with like kind of having Kenta lose with his first match being back. But see, I believe that Kota can lose this match and still have a strong showing in the G1. I really believe that. I think that he can still lose this match and still go on. But the thing is, I don't want him to lose this match because it's tough. This match I feel like is the toughest on the card, especially being the first time. And I don't know with Kenta being back. So I'm going to call it draw. I'm going to call draw on this one. I'm going to call draw. I think it's going to end in a draw. And I hope I'm going to go with Ibushi and Kenta. That's going to be my draw. I'm not going to just pull that out when it's a tough match. But I think for that one, I just don't see Kenta losing. And I don't see Ibushi really losing because, I mean, I know he could lose to Kenta and it still be strong. And Kenta could have a very strong showing, lose, and still have a good showing in the G1, which I believe he's going to do. But to have him just lose his first one, I don't know how that would make Kenta, look, coming in. I mean, granted, it's against Kota Ibushi, yes, but I'm going to just call a draw. I'm going to call a draw on that one. I'm sorry. I can't pick one right now. Will Ospreay against Lance Archer. I'm going with Will Ospreay in that one. I think he's going to be able to pick that one up. But I think Lance Archer is really going to show something in that match. We got Evil versus Bad Luck Fale. I'm going to go... This is another tough one to go with. But from what I've been hearing, Evil's been really like on some like he's not been shaking hands with his teammates or whatever, with LIG and all that, and he's not been really, he's like letting them know like, no man, the G1's coming up, it's every man for himself. So I like that attitude from Evil. So for that, I'm gonna go with Evil. I'm gonna go with Evil over Bad Luck Fale, even though I was kind of leaning with Bad Luck Fale at first, leaning into this, to kind of make it tough for Evil, but I think Evil will pick up the win. And then we also got Sonata versus Zack Sabre Jr. I'm going to go with... This is another kind of tough one, though, but I'm going to go with Sonata. Sonata over Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah, I think Sonata's going to get that win. So I got Evil and Sonata both picking up victories. So those are my picks for night one for the G1 Climax in Dallas. Now, we got Block B. The competitors in Block B, we got Juice Robinson, Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, Goto, Jon Moxley, Taichi, Shingo Takagi, Jeff Cobb, Tatsuya Naito. I'm sorry, I had a brain freeze, guys. Like, you ever get that? Like, when it's like, you know what you want to say, but, like, you can't say it. And, like, I've said this name a million times because I know him and I really like his work. And I, like, really couldn't, like, I had a brain freeze. Hiroki Goto is what I was trying to say. So, yes, that's the name. That's where I got tongue twisted. So, those are the guys who are going to be on Block B. The matches, there's some good matches, too, man. For the first night for Block B, we got Juice Robinson taking on Shingo Takagi. Tomohiro Ishii against Jeff Cobb. Toru Yano versus Tatsuya Naito. I did it again, guys. I just did it again. Hiroki Goto. Oh my goodness. Brain freeze. And this is his name, and I've said it so many times. It's crazy. This is the way the mind works. It's weird. Jon Moxley versus Taichi. So those are the matches for Block B. And let's get right into my picks, man. I'm going with Shingo over Juice. I think this is going to be a really, really good match. Excuse me, I take a drink. I feel like it's going to be a really good match. I feel like Shingo's had such a strong showing, and I've liked the new kind of aggressive attitude that Juice has kind of had lately. Cut the dreads. And I like the way how he took the Moxley match, how seriously, he took that. And I believe he's really going to bring it in this match. And Juice is going to have another one who I'm really looking at in this tournament to have like a big showing. I think like that's why I like the G1 Climax, because all of these guys, man, you look at all of them. Yeah, we know Naito's won it. Tanahashi's won G1s. Okada's won G1s. But the guys like Ibushi, to me, even Kenta, even Moxley, just because like it's like a new beginning for him, and now it's like him getting ready. He has that big Kenny Omega match at All Out, so seeing how he wrestles against these other guys and their styles is going to be interesting. Will Ospreay, Juice, Shingo, my man Jeff Cobb. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's stacked. It's going to be some really, really, really good matches. I can't wait for it to kick off, man. I really can't wait. I'm going with Shingo over Juice. I just think Shingo looks strong. I think he's going to look strong again against Juice. But I think Juice is going to put up one hell of a fight again. I think he's really going to put up one hell of a fight. But I'm going with Shingo Takagi over Juice Robinson. Tomohiro Ishii versus Jeff Cobb. I'm going to see Jeff Cobb next Friday at Ring of Honor Best in the World. He'll be main eventing, taking on Matt Taven for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. I'm excited about that. I'll also be able to see guys like Bandito, Dragon Lee, Flip Gordon, Marty Scurll, Dalton Castle, just to name a few, man. So I'm really excited about going to that show just to see those guys work, man. To see the work that they put in, especially Dragon Lee after that great match he had with Will Ospreay. And then Bandito, man, every time I've seen this guy Bandito, man, he's really, really impressed me man, I always I like my man Marty Scurll's my man. I really like his work. And then Jeff Cobb, man, he's really shining right now. And I really like Jeff Cobb. I'm going with Jeff Cobb in this match, even though it's going to be, like my man Jim Ross would say, a slobber knocker. That's what this is going to be, man. This is going to be one heck of a battle between these two, man. Two kind of big guys, hard hitters, and when Ishii's style, so it's going to be one good match. But I'm gonna go with Jeff Cobb over Ishii. Next, Toru Yano, man, I'm going with Naito. He's Toru Yano versus Naito. I'm going with Naito. Um, I'm not real, like, I get Yano and what he's about, and the guy is funny at times, and I get his whole stitch. I get it. I get his character or whatever. But I'm going with Naito. I just don't see how Yano beats Naito. Hiroki Goto. Hey, I did it. I ain't freeze up that time. That name was getting me at first, but I got through it. Hiroki Goto versus Jay White. Now, this is kind of a tough one, man. I want to go with Goto. I really, really do. But I'm going with Jay White. I'm going to go with Jay White, man. A lot of people have been having, like, saying things, Jay White ain't, how do I want to say this? Boring is what I heard a lot of people call Jay White. He's boring. He's not, how can a guy have such a good entrance and all that but be boring? I still feel like he's young, so I feel like he still has time to get into it. And you can't say, like, he's a bad wrestler. That's the thing about it. Like, you can't sit there and you can't just be like, oh man, the guy sucks in the ring, because I've watched his matches and I've been like, okay, that was nice, okay, that was decent. So I mean, character-wise, do I feel like, yeah, he can get better, but, I like the switchblade mentality. Like, when I seen him in Ring of Honor before he had the whole switchblade thing, like, I like the switchblade thing more than I like what he was in Ring of Honor. So, like, I feel like that's a step up. Like I'm saying, this is my opinion, I just feel like that's a step up. Now, I get why people say what they say about him. Like, I get that and I understand that. But, I mean, maybe this tournament, this is a way that he can really show something and really go out there, and really, really show people something, I guess. I mean, and that's what I'm saying, man. This is why the G1 is exciting, man, because you got these guys and they have the chance to take on these other really good talents. And, with Moxley being in here, and now with Kenta in there, and all the other guys, and then you seeing what Will Ospreay's doing and what Shingo's doing, and Kota, it makes it exciting. You got the champ in there, that's why, it makes it real exciting. I'm going with Jay White over Goto in that match. Jon Moxley versus Tai Chi. This will be the last match that I make my pick on. I'm going with Mox. Even though, I liked what I seen out of Tai Chi again at Dominion against Ishii. That was a really good match. Like I said, Dominion had they had 4 good matches, because I enjoyed Kojima. And Takagi. That was a really good match. And Ishii and Tai Chi, I enjoyed that match, and I kind of saw a little side of Tai Chi that I don't really see a lot, and that's why I enjoyed it. And a lot of people said, it's because he was facing Ishii, he brings that out, of Tai Chi. But I like that. So he's going to have that in this match going against Jon Moxley, because we all know how Jon's coming. Like, I've seen it, and I'm like, this guy's going to come like this all the time. Like, Jon Moxley is going to come in there, and he's going to come in there ready to, like, take someone's head off their shoulders. And I like that. So I'm going with Jon Moxley for that. I don't think Moxley's going to lose this first match. I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good test for Moxley for sure, especially for his first match in the G1, looking at what Tai Chi's been able to do with, Jeff Cobb and Tomohiro Ishii. So it's going to be a good match. I'm going with Mox. So those are my picks. That is the G1 for you guys. Those are night 1 and night 2. The people who are in it and my picks. Like I said, this is part 1. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and rocking with me on my very first ever Clouded Thoughts of Wrestling. It's my very first ever. I know there will always be things I need to work on and get better at, and that's my goal, man. But I'm here to stay, and I'm not going nowhere. I got an NXT review for you guys that I'm gonna be putting up. I also will be, even though I kind of don't want to, but I'm going to do it. I'll be doing the predictions for Battleground, Stomping Ground, stomp your shoes on your ground, clap your feet. We're gonna be doing a preview for that. Oh, not a preview, a prediction. I'm sorry. So I'll be just going over who I think is going to win those matches at that pay-per-view this Sunday for WWE Stomping Ground. And next week we'll get into part 2 of my G1 Climax predictions and who I think is going to win the rest of these matches. We'll also get into an AEW special. Yes, I will be doing the AEW special next week because Fyter Fest will be next Sunday. So I definitely want to do a big thing on AEW. Maybe not a big thing, but I really want to indulge and go into AEW. I've been watching Being the Elite the past couple of weeks and the road to Fyter Fest, and I love the way they're building up their talent, man. How they're making you connect with their talent, man. It's what they're doing right now is really good, and they're off on the right pace, and I'm really excited for them. So I'll be doing an AEW special next week. But once again, thank you guys. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Support the channel, all that. I thank you guys a lot. And Sway Jose, man, I'm out.